Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue the lesson 3, Our Changing Earth. In part 1, we have seen about the movement of lithospheric plates, different types of forces, volcanoes, and earthquake. Did you read the lesson and find out the answers for those questions which I gave in part 1 video? Okay, today we are going to discuss about the major landforms. Okay, the landscape is being continuously worn away. That means the size and shape of the landscape is continuously changing by the process weathering and erosion. Weathering is the breaking up of the rocks on the Earth's surface. Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by different agents like water, wind, and ice. The eroded material is carried away or transported by water, wind, etc., and deposited in some other place. This process of erosion and deposition create different landforms on the surface of the earth. Let us see now how the river, sea waves, glaciers, and wind form the different landscape. Okay, the first one is the work of a river. How the river forms various landforms that we are going to see now. The river initially originates on the mountains and travels to another places. On the way, it erodes the land. When this river falls from the mountain to low-lying area is called as waterfalls. As the river reaches the plain and flow from high land to low land, they perform three important jobs. What is that? No, they erode, they transport the materials that they have eroded, and then they deposit it. Okay, these are all the three important work the river is doing. Now, as the river enters the plain, it will start traveling from the higher landscape to lower landscape. The river path usually has lot of twists and turns. That is, the river flows in a curved path, which is called as a meander. It continuously doing its work, erosion and deposition. Now you are seeing the meander. How many curves, twists and turns are there? See, and this part is called as the loop of the river. Okay, in a course of time, the meander loop cuts off from the main river and forms Oxbow Lake. When the river overflows, that is, when the flood is coming in the river, it will deposit the sediments which is carried out by the river on the either side of the river banks due to the flooding. Okay, so that the river banks will become very fertile. This land is called as floodplain. The raised bank of river is called as levees. As the river approaches the sea, the speed of the flowing of water decreases and the river begins to break up into number of streams called distributaries. The river becomes so slow that it begins to deposit its load, that is the sediments. Each distributary forms its own mouth. The collection of sediments from all the mouths form delta. Thus, from the place where the river originates to the place where it is mixing with the sea, we can see so many landforms made by the river, such as meanders, oxbow lakes, floodplains, levees, delta. Okay. Next one, we are going to see the work of sea waves. As the sea waves continuously hit the rocks which is in the ocean, crack occurs on rock. As the sea waves continuously hit these rocks, the crack on the rock will become wider and wider and then forms a cavity-like hole in the rock. These cavities become bigger and bigger and a cave-like structure formed in the rock. So they are called as sea caves. As these cavities become bigger and bigger, only the roof of the caves remain, thus forming sea arches. Further erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left. These wall-like features are called stacks. The steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above the seawater is called sea cliff. The sea caves deposit sediments along the shores forming beaches. So this is how the sea waves forming various structures like sea caves, sea arches, stacks, sea cliffs and beaches. So these are all the things made by the sea waves. Okay children, understood now? Next we are going to see the work of ice. Okay, if I say ice means what is coming in your mind children? In Antarctica, the very big glaciers and all we can see, no? Even in our country, India also, in Himalayan mountains, very big glaciers are there, no? So, the glaciers are rivers of ice which too erode the landscape. They bulldozing soil. What is the meaning of bulldozing here? That means it carves out the huge amount of soil from the land. Okay, since the glaciers weight is very too heavy, no, so it will, when it moves along with that, it erode, that it takes away so much of soil also. Okay, in this way it will make that land as a low lying land and make the rocks which are deep inside the land to be visible. Okay, glaciers carve out deep hollow, which means glaciers forms the low lying land by carving out so much of soil from that area. Okay, since that area is covered with ice, ice melts and that water will be filled in that low lying land. In this way, the glaciers form the beautiful lakes. Okay, in the mountain side, it forms the beautiful lakes in this method. Okay, the materials which are eroded by the glaciers, such as soil, rock, sand and silt. What is silt, children? Very fertile soil will be deposited in a place called glacier moraine. Okay, this is how the glaciers form lakes and moraines. Next one, we are going to see the work of wind. What work the wind is doing? Again, this erosion and deposition. Wind is the very active agent in doing these erosion and deposition in the desert area. In the desert area, we can see the mushroom rocks. Why it is called mushroom rock? Because it is in the shape of mushroom. How it gets this shape? In the desert area also, so many rocks will be there. Like in other areas, these rocks only getting this shape of mushroom. How? The wind continuously strike this rock and erode the lower part of the rock more than the upper part of the rock. Such rocks have the narrow base and wider top. You all know very well that in the desert area, wind transports the sand from one place to another, and where the sand is collected in huge amount forms sand dunes. If the grains of sand is too light, then it will be carried out to the longer distance and deposited over there. That area is called as loess. Large deposits of loess is found in China. With this, This lesson is over, children. Now we will see the book exercise. First Roman letter is answer the following questions. 7 questions are there. It's all very short question only, so you can refer the book and write. Let us see the second Roman letter. Tick the correct answer. The first question is which is not an erosional feature of sea waves? The answer is cliff. The beach and sea caves are formed by erosional feature only. So the answer is A, cliff. Second answer is second question is the depositional feature of a glacier is moraine. Okay, floodplain and beach. Floodplain comes in the working of river and beach comes in the sea work of sea waves. The moraine only is formed by glaciers. So the answer is moraine. The third question is which is caused by the sudden movement of the earth? The answer is volcano. Folding, floodplain and all, it's not the correct answer. So volcano is the correct answer. So mushroom rocks are found in deserts. You all know very well that deserts. Oxbow lakes are found in river valleys. So in the meander, cut off that meander river only called as Oxbow Lake. So the answer is river valley. Now next we are going to see the match the following. Okay, for glacier, what is the answer here? What you can write for glacier? River of ice. Then second one is meander. Meanders are nothing but the rivers only. Then beach. Beach, what you can see in the beach? Sea cliffs. So that is the answer. Then sand dune, where you can see that sand dune in deserts. Then waterfall. Where you can see that waterfall, where it starts and falls down from hard bed rocks. Then sixth question, earth. Earthquake. Earthquake is, what is the answer for this earthquake? Vibration of earth. So this is the answer for the match the following. Now we are going to see the give reason question. I have given the answer here. You check it out. And the give reason questions only today's homework. 1 and 2 question is you write in the classwork, and 3 and 4 question you write in the homework. Now read the questions carefully. While correcting your notebook, I found that some of in history answers you are not writing the proper answers. You are not at all referring the books. Only 2 or 3 lines only you are writing the answers. So this is not the good way to write the answer. Always refer the book and try to write the correct answer. You are writing the answer for your sake only. So do the work properly, children. Okay. Next time I should not find any answers writing like this. Okay. So write the proper answer. And take a clear photocopy and send. Then I will check and say my comments for your answers. Okay, children. Thank you.